I only knew the word femme as a relic of history. Something that folks didn't want to be, a way of being that wasn't quite as queer as the rest of us. It's important for me to say that I don't regret the decisions I've made. For me, transition was about the journey and never the destination, and the body I have has never felt wholly right. I transitioned because it was an option I saw to move beyond the boundaries of my birth. I spent years as a man, my childhood a tomboy, everything in between as a butch dyke. My life has been spent fearing I would become my mother, that I would be a target, and essentially I became what I wanted to fall in love with. My transition to femme was just that, a transition. People see me now in dresses and makeup and say I've gone backwards or detransitioned, but they couldn't be farther from the truth. Femme is a gender transgressive identity that I came into, not some biologically appropriate gender I was returning to. And anyway, I'd always run away from femininity, especially my own. A failed tomboy in my pink carpeted bedroom littered with the families of toy cars and trucks that I made families out of. I tucked the baby motorcycles into beds, and convertibles rolled from room to room of my dollhouse. Baseball cards I dreamed I would find joy in collecting ended up cut and glittered and decorating my childhood refrigerator. I always dreamed of feeling safe enough to be pretty. In middle school, when my stepfather was away for a whole year, I walked the carpeted halls of my junior high, fluorescent orange heels, lime green dress, black and white checkered tights, and miniskirts, leggings, tank tops, and newly formed cleavage. Nail polish and neon colors and lipstick bought and hidden from my mother until he came home. Dresses shoved into the rainbow bright suitcase under my bed, face washed clean, hair pulled back. I was the only girl at co-ed baseball tryouts that year. For me, coming out as femme was about recapturing the childhood I'd lost. It was about stopping the lies and fear of being vulnerable. It's so easy to say that masculinity is something that happened to me, that I had no choice. Denying my own agency makes it easier to explain why I would lie to community and therapists to get hormones, but the choice was mine. And I made the conscious decision to hide behind baggy work pants, boots, and bound breasts. My moms have fought to swagger. They made an old house a home, constructed 1,500 feet of decking with their own calloused hands. They built a pond for visiting ducks and keep careful records of every bird species that has visited their property for the last 17 years. It's true. It's like volumes of them. They've survived heart disease, cancer, and uncontrollable diabetes, along with multiple knee surgeries. The first summer after we became family, I'd go and visit and fall asleep instantly on their couch, my puppy nestled into my arms. They had me over at least once a week because they knew it was the only time I slept. At home in my apartment, my dreams were punctuated with the sounds of screaming. Even when I lived with them, I rarely slept in my room, much preferring to spend my nights on their couch. It was the only place I knew I was safe and watched. My moms are the anchor that keep me connected to breathing. They're my lighthouse, guiding me to shore. Their light kept my hands on the rigging, blinded by the storm as wind wept salt water into my eyes. Their presence prevented me from capsizing again and again and again. They restored me, sat with me as I stitched new sails, secured my mast, and tightened my rigging. My moms filled my hollow hull before returning me to the sea, their light reflecting through tall window panes above the watchtower, transforming into a gentle wind, pushing me toward my charted voyage. Strong hands pull from earth a gray rock, finger it between thumb and forefinger, rubbing cool, damp earth across its hard face before pushing it into front pocket of stained and splattered shorts. The rock plummets into the pocket's depths, thudding against thigh, and hands return to weeding and tending the vegetable gardens. That night, sitting on the rough painted wood floor of an old Northeast Victorian, you extract from your pocket a warm, dry rock, placing it in my outstretched hands. I travel its topography, smiling at its rough exterior, a gift more valuable than diamonds, the stone warm in my hand, tremoring with a pulse in time to my own, my stone. Our life is the tango I always longed to dance, the sway to music, the eclipse of the heart. Your touch cloaks us in momentary darkness, enveloping sensation. Your pounding chest, the flutter of eyelash against neck, the earth's rotation pausing. Our life is the pressing together of organs, the trading of plasma. It's messy and complicated, hands caked with blood. I'm not a clean person. My love is messy and complicated and wrong. It's boot polish smearing my nose. It's not shying away from power. It's permanently bruised knees and rope burn. Mouth to mouth, we resuscitate each other. Our heat brings blood from trickling creeks into mighty rivers. Columbia, Clackamas, Willamette. Through your mouth I taste desert summers chasing lizards. Through my lips you find your tongue coated with the metallic grit of dirt. People always say that before they were with somebody, usually the person they're with right now, they didn't know the meaning of love. And it's corny and tacky, but in this case it's true. I'd been in relationship after relationship, but it was always skirting the edges. That summer I found what I didn't even know I was looking for. Our love is the melting tofu cuties you ate it every afternoon working in that lab on your college campus where you fed crickets to the poisonous spiders, the ones the college never bothered to buy the anti-venom for. Our love is day trips to the beach and eating Thai food in Portland treetops until exasperated yellow and black striped bumblebee bicycle cops chase us down. It's the 15 boxes of books we shipped across country and the house with the white picket fence and tangled yard that was our first home together. Our current dreams of homeownership in an impossibly expensive city, and afternoons spent choosing paint colors for every room of our East Harlem apartment. This has been our home for the last 2 years. It's big vegetarian holiday dinners where there's no screaming and only laughter, of late night crafting and sewing and bad movies and red velvet cupcakes with batter as thick as temper paint. Our kids, the 2 cats we tuck into bed every night, and my princess dog with his ridiculous outfits. It's true. It's that I say in all seriousness that I have not walked street side or opened a door in nearly 5 years. Together, we've built the family I spent nights dreaming of, and the sort of home I'd wished so hard for. My eyelids were blistered from being pressed together so firmly. Candles cast shadows across your face, warm, flickering beams of light playing on the angles of your glasses, ricocheting off your nose as you reach up to scratch them. Eyes on mine, strong fingers resting gently on the edge of your faux suede chair. Brown eyes connect. My fingers play absently with my hair. I push out of my mind memories of my mother's fingers twirling locks in the same way. The candles cast shadows on the walls of our home. Here, words don't drop like bombs, and hands never fly like bullets. There's the sound of breaking glass 3 floors down, screams of sirens on the street. 3,000 miles away, my grandmother's hands are folded to pray for our sins. 3,000 miles away, my mother sits in a dark home I grew up in with nothing but wine bottles to keep her company. I know that halfway around the world, our government drops bombs on innocent children. Across the streets, families worry about where they will sleep next week after their rent doubled in a month. There are men sleeping in trash bags, curled up in subways, women getting raped in parks, trannies being killed in bathrooms. But right now I'm here with you, and I force my mind to go blank, even though I know it's a privilege, even though I know not everyone has the luxury of safety, but I close my mind off because I've never known peace like this, and it's taken me 25 years to find it. For those few moments, we lose ourselves in the joy of just being. Wax pools in the bottom of a dish, candles burn low. Soon it will be time for dishes, taking the dog out, bed, the day starting over again. Tomorrow will be news of hate crimes, murders, rapes, bombs, television creatures yelling we shouldn't be alive and our love is immoral. But in the moment, I stare into your eyes and look past my reflection in the glare of your glasses and lose myself in you.